Hey. Hi. Happy. Fuck. Oh God.
Yeah, I was wondering. I thought you had something like goofy planned with the you
Oh
put
no.
the tripod up without the sign.
For our audio only listeners, I had my glasses on and my sign is not up. You guys might not even know that there are signs. There are.
We mention them on a daily basis, so I'm sure you know there are
Yeah, because
signs by
on a
now.
daily basis I forget them. Um. Happy Raw.
Happy. Sure. Sure.
It was a
Sure.
day.
Uh maybe I'm just exhausted. Maybe I'm not enjoying it because I'm fucking exhausted. Busy time to be me. But uh the most interesting thing about today was the promos. There were a lot of really good promos today. But the matches, they were hit or miss.
Hey, there was like two good matches, I think.
Three, I'd say.
Three. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what three, but three.
Is this just a gut feeling of yours?
Sure. Oh, yeah. That was three.
Okay. All right, Mark. I need you to perk up a little bit. You got to be gotta give it your all.
I have to be up at 6 in the morning. It's already
Give it your
11.
all. You're not giving it your all.
You know
If it
what?
sounds like a missile's going off, that's because I'm opening my water bottle.
You know what? If I give it my all, that means I get to go to bed sooner, so.
True. There you go, buddy.
Alright. So this is Monday Night Raw. The Go Home to Survivor Series. Literally, there was barely anything promoting any fucking Survivor Series stuff. There was, besides them telling us the cards and shit, there was the Usos and Biggie. There was Becky mentioning Charlotte. RK Bro mentioning the Usos. Oh, they had a match, 6-man tag against the Usos. But it doesn't seem like there's any contention. Randy just wants to beat them so that they'll get off Raw. That's it. Like, he wants his life to be easier. Literally no Damian Priest, and yet they promoted his match against Shinsuke.
I really thought we'd get Damien at like any point tonight.
This Survivor Series literally feels anything but uh brand supremacy. Like, I
It just feels like Sonya and Adam fighting themselves? Question mark.
no, they're fighting their own rosters. Because Sonya and Pierce are on the same side. Especially like from last Monday when they both organized that Fatal 5-Way. Like, who's competing? It's
I mean, even Becky Lynch said that
it's not about
the
brand
brand
supremacy.
supremacy. No, she said the brand supremacy gimmick is like tired.
But that's the whole point of Survivor Series. The whole point is brand supremacy. It's been the whole point for like 20 years now.
I don't know what to tell you because this is just this is Survivor Series used to be one of my favorite pay-per-views. And this
Mm-hmm.
one, I'm like, I guess I'll watch it because I do pay for Peacock, and I've already paid for this month, so.
I'm sure the matches will be good because the wrestlers are good,
True.
but there's no story. The only story is Kevin Owens, Pierce being power mad, and Roman and the New Day. That's it.
And Sonya kind of being power mad too, I would say.
Yeah, but none of
She's been
like,
power mad though.
I guess the Aaliyah stuff, but like there's no development on that. It like just happened on Friday, and there's the go home show left. But let's
Then,
hmm.
um,
Hmm.
I got nothing for you.
Let's let me give a little nutshell for everyone. So more Kevin Owens kind of solidifying that he's heel. He had a match with Finn. Bianca's wrestling. I don't know what the story is with Bianca and fucking Dewdrop. I don't. It's so weak. Most feuds right now that aren't for titles are weak. Even if they are for titles, they're pretty weak. They sowed some seeds between not Bianca, Becky and Liv. It's Street Profits vs Alpha Academy, which is kind of fun. Some bullshit with Rhea and Nikki to act like they care about the women's tag title, even though there's only 2 tag teams.
And one is barely an established tag team. They just kind of like accidentally fell ass backwards into each other.
I mean, both teams did that.
You know, you're right.
Finn versus Kevin happened. And then Bobby Lashley got kicked off of the Raw Survivor Series team and replaced by Austin Theory. And that's everything eventful that happened on this Raw.
Yep.
How do we come out of such a great pay-per-view as Full Gear and go into this?
This happens every time. This happens 4 times a year. Literally, we watch an AEW pay-per-view and we're like, this was amazing. Oh my god.
Well, let's not just limit it to AEW. Impact pay-per-views
No.
too.
Impact does their pay-per-views on Saturday. What I'm saying is that we come off of like a Sunday pay-per-view, which is usually AEW. And then we have to sit down and watch Raw. It's like,
Even with WWE pay-per-views, like most of the time they're good. Like Crown Jewel was fantastic. And we go from those pay-per-views, which are just filled with solid matches, to a very lackluster episode that doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything but bore the life out of you. It's like that's their goal.
they don't want us to watch it anymore. You know. Right. Yes.
I don't know who they're trying to like market towards because none of it makes sense. And they're marketing it towards Vince. Vince is the only audience member at this point.
I think Vince is like, it's just the old men upstairs. That's who they're marketing it for.
But they don't even care either. They don't care. Like when was
it's you know what it reminds me of?
Hmm.
People keep saying that like analytics are ruining baseball in like the sense that like all this computerized shit is like ruining baseball. Because you're focusing on things that might be patterns, but like it's not really confirmed or anything.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like that. This feels like just sort of basing it on like what some algorithms say.
Yeah. But the thing is, AEW has numbers too. They've got analytics. They pay attention and care about the numbers. Their
A lot of what
product doesn't
AEW
suffer.
A lot of what AEW does is stuff that like the fans want them to do, which like I've said before, I think I said this last night. On paper, it sounds shitty. In practice, it works. You do it right.
It's like the Marvel movies. Yeah, they're predictable. You know the good guy is gonna win. But it's the journey. They know it's the journey. They know it's the matches. They know it's the setup. They know it's the plot line. It's not just the destination. It's not just the subverting of the expectations. And I mean, I feel like what I'm saying isn't even relevant because we got no destinations out of today's Raw. There were no moments. It was all kind of set up. It was all kind of lead up to God knows what, because none of it feels like it's going anywhere. And it's all so boring.
I know, like, the thing, like, I don't remember when it was. I just remember Roman said it. That, like, fans that complain too much about, like, the storytelling being slow. And it's like, at this point, it's so slow, we're not even getting stories. So, like, Ray and Dom thing, like, where's that going? Sonya and Naomi, where's that going?
Yeah.
And, like, they do shit with Adam Pearce where it's like, one day we had Adam Pearce, and now we've got Scrap Daddy who's just fucking flying by the seat of his pants.
Whenever there's a good story that WWE presents, you just have to think in the back of your head, when are they going to fuck this up? When are they going to screwball us?
That was the thing that, like, a lot of people were talking about, or not a lot of people, but I saw people talking, like, you know, going into Full Gear, there were ways that, like, AEW could swerve and do this instead of letting Adam Page win. It was like, I think a lot of us have been watching a little too much WWE because, like, that's a very WWE thing to do, where it's like we expect this obvious outcome.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
But here's the thing. When there's an obvious outcome, I think I've mentioned this before. When there's an obvious outcome, the way you're supposed to do it, the best way to do it, that feeds the expectations, but doesn't, isn't too predictable, is you give a little more. You satisfy those expectations and you give more. What happened at Full Gear with Hangman Adam Page winning, that was the expected victory. You satisfied that. A little bit extra was the stuff with the Young Bucks.
Jackson didn't need to nod like that, dude.
You sprinkle a little bit of surprise in there, but you don't make the surprise the main event.
No, it's like, it's like, I watched this cooking show, and this guy was making spare barbecue ribs. He said that in his barbecue mix, he likes to put, like, a little bit of cinnamon, because, like, people eat it and, like, get, like, that surprise, like, oh, there's a little cinnamon in this, and it's, like, yummy. You're still giving them exactly what they expected. But you're adding a little something that's gonna make them be like, oh, okay. I don't know.
Well, with all that said, you want to go into the news?
No, I guess we could go into the news.
Don't forget the sign.
God, I'm gonna knock the damn thing over. That's upside down. I haven't played that game in a while. And the phone. This fucking sign feels way too close to me. Yeah. For space. Okay. So, news. Let's see. A little bit of NJPW news. Chris Dickinson injured himself. He confirmed it after Battle of... I've seen Battle of the Valley. I've seen Battle in the Valley. I was staring at the title card today while I was trying to figure out what I wanted to watch. I don't know which one it is. I think it's Battle in the Valley. But he apparently got injured at the event, and apparently he said that he dislocated his leg out of the rear of his hip socket. Then, in the process, experienced an acetabulum posterior wall fracture.
Something like that.
I have no clue what that means. But he did say that the process of dealing with the pain of this type of dislocation is unlike anything I've ever experienced in my lifetime. So, apparently, like, he may have gotten surgery today. It's not, he said that he might. I don't know if he ended up doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Said that it depended on, because, like, the people that were working on him were, like, same people that, like, work on, like, car accident victims and, like, motorcycle accident victims. So he said, depending on, like, the life-threatening shit, I might get surgery today.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long that means he's going to be out?
Brody King also talked about Chris Dickinson and his injury. He tweeted, "I need everyone to know that when Chris Dickinson was in the back with his hip out of place, an enormous amount of pain, he was staring the EMTs in the eyes, yelling the lyrics of Pride by Madball at them. The man's on another level of tough."
Chris what?
I fucking love Chris Dickinson so much.
I do too. He's really just one of the most interesting little characters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Apparently he suffered the injury after hitting a top rope frog splash in his tag with Brody against Bateman and Mysterioso.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Look, Chris.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you wanna? This isn't like any promotion news, but there's the news about Jonathan Gresham. You wanna talk about that real quick?
Part of it. I don't. I want to wait.
Okay.
It fits into my WWE news.
Oh, okay.
So Bronson Reed has finally found his piece of work.
Jonah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Jonah is he came to Battle in the Valley. He announced that he's going to be at the upcoming Strong tapings. I think the first one is going to be Riverside. So that means that we've probably got a couple more weeks till we see him in action for real.
Yeah.
Or unless you buy the tickets. He attacked Juice on Robinson's match with Moose.
Which is interesting because did he call out Juice or Moose?
Moose.
Oh, I thought on Twitter he called out Juice too.
They called it out.
Which
all I remember seeing was Jonah looking at Moose and talking.
But since I thought he was going after Juice, I thought that was weird because like Juice won't be in contract with NJPW soon.
Yeah.
Still don't know what's happening with that, but hopefully he sticks around with New Japan or goes to somewhere better than an alternative.
I'm sure he wouldn't.
Look, his wife, is there a wife, girlfriend, Tony? Fiance, his Tony.
With some AEW news, Cody Rhodes deleted his Twitter.
No idea why.
I don't know why either.
Just imagine this. Imagine this. Next week. Or maybe even like before Dynamite. A new Twitter emerges.
Oh.
Not named Cody Rhodes. It's named Stardust.
No. Oh, no, no. Oh.
Reemerge.
That's the day. So there's a Ring of Honor World Championship match that was announced for Final Battle. Honor for All. Jonathan Gresham defeated Brody King to become the #1 contender to the Ring of Honor World title. So he will be fighting Bandito.
That's sick.
I really kind of the part of me that really hopes that Gresham wins because I feel like that makes sense as like the final.
But I love Bandito.
I do too. I'm just saying that like I feel like it makes sense.
I've got some Brian Pillman Jr. news if you want me to talk about that.
I did this. I wanted to do the champion news before my Cody news, so go ahead.
So Brian Pillman Jr. made a series of tweets. He tweeted, "I just lost everything in a matter of a couple days. I am so empty. I don't know what to do." So context, his phone got stolen, which that wasn't like the main thing with his phone. He lost so many pictures and memories with that phone. He lost his girlfriend, and his dog almost died. And he's offering.
When you say lost his girlfriend, what do you mean?
I
What does that mean?
believe broke up.
Oh, in my head, because you said lost a phone and then lost a girl, and I was like,
right. He just tweeted, "I lost my girlfriend." Could have misplaced her.
yeah.
But he's offering a well, in the tweet he says, no memories or photos to look back on and reminisce over a year of pictures completely gone, and he's offering a $2,500 reward to whoever can find his phone and any connection with the person who stole it. So and he said his whole time in Jacksonville feels like it's been erased. That's why his phone means so much to him. And I get it.
Yeah, that
But
sucks.
Everyone should upload their pictures to backup or the cloud or something. Save all that shit. I've got all my pictures in the cloud. Not a
You don't have to
cloud.
pay for
What?
your cloud.
Yeah, I don't have to.
I know, I do. Oh,
But yeah. Everyone, I think it's in the Jacksonville area. Be aware of that reward and the stolen phone. Best wishes to Brian Pillman Jr. though.
yeah. I hope he pulls it together a little bit. That sucks. Hopefully, he's got some friends that he can, you know, do.
Yeah.
I mean, um. All right. So, WWE news. Gonna get into this one because it's open on my phone and I'm trying to. Right. So remember how we kind of had like a brief conversation about how like it's weird that Hit Rose, the Hit Rose feuds have been primarily about like culture and making fun of other people's culture, having their culture made fun of. Like,
I know exactly what you're referencing, what you're gonna be talking about, and oh boy.
oh, Top Dollar did what he does best, which is release a diss track.
Does he do it best though?
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm a good judge of what's good rap. I know when somebody's flow is good, but that's about it. So I didn't hear this. So he posted this diss track aimed at Jinder and Shanky, and has since deleted this track.
Yes.
He apparently said some stuff that was racially insensitive. I'm reading the lyrics. I see what people are saying. I do.
Something about
I'm not going to read them all out on this.
right. Yeah, and it's one thing with Jinder and Shanky doing their rap and kind of mocking Hit Row and their culture, but that was written by old white men. Top Dollar did his out of his own volition, allegedly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be here to play the referee on that one, but, like, it's just... I don't know. One way or another, Stella did what he did. He deleted the track because there are things in it that, like, it's just not very cool to say. And then he tweeted, when Jinder and Shanky made jokes about the culture, quote unquote, and turned their hat backwards and beatbox all the things that were making fun of my culture. I literally laughed, and they know that. I responded with a track doing the same thing in fun with a point of entertainment. All in an uproar about a track that Jinder himself knew was coming. I'm over y'all flooding mentions, so I deleted it. The whole point of this was for us to have a good time with what we were doing. If you think I was insensitive, I just hope you have the same energy for my culture.
But here's the thing. I'm not here to talk about, like, why one is more offensive over the other. But Top Dollar outright said in his lyrics stuff that is insensitive. Jinder and Shanky, I don't know what Shanky said in his rap because it was in his own language, but all they did was just rap and beatbox, and it wasn't in like a satirical kind of way. It was just, they just did it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they did it pretty well. I mean, Shanky did it well. I don't think Jinder did, but
I get what he's saying. I do. Again, I'm not going to be the referee on that one, but it's just...
Sorry, Miriam just said that Shanky's whole rap was very basic about why he's better than Hit Row. It was nothing serious.
Okay. Thank you, Miriam. Yeah, regardless, like, I don't know, hitting back with, like, something like what he did with this diss track, it's like...
Yeah, it also doesn't help that consistently Top Dollar is a fucking clown on Twitter.
He just needs to take a step.
He needs to shut the fuck up. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that. I'm just saying that he needs to not be as reactive.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
He's a very reactive person. So Xavier Woods is going to be hosting a WWE G4 video game competition series. It's going to be the Catastrophic Launch Spectacular on Tuesday, November 16th, tomorrow.
Better not be for 2K20.
It is... Okay, so the press release, WWE says, Catastrophic Launch Spectacular set for this Tuesday and will feature Woods along with the first looks at X-Play, Boosted, Dungeons & Dragons presents Invitation to Party, and more. So.
Sounds like
a lot of shit. Yeah.
Also, this isn't regarding WWE, but Show has a new shirt. And it looks sick.
Oh, you sent me?
Yeah, that's what I sent you. It looks awesome.
The shame that Show is fucking annoying.
Like, it spells out the snake around the arrow, spells out his name too.
Hey, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
You know what? I'm gonna get that for myself. That is
We
awesome.
don't like Show.
Yeah,
Show's
but I
annoying
like
as
the
hell.
shirt. I like the shirt, and that's like the only Bullet Club shirt that I could be happy wearing.
The way we sell out so fast in this world.
Let me see if it's on their store.
So now back to that Jonathan Gresham news. Mr. Gresham has announced that he has a new wrestling promotion. It's called Terminus. It's like tagline is modern age grappling. And the first event for it is going to take place on January 16th of next year. Seth Rollins actually commented on it and said, one time a young Jonathan Gresham paid my booking fee when the promoter couldn't come up with the cash. So I would stay and work. We ended up tearing it up in front of about 6 people and had a couple more bangers months later. He never looked back. Invest in yourself, friends. I'm so excited for this. I really am. Anybody who knows me knows that grappling is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So to have a promotion based around it, so excited.
Might see some Tyler Rust there.
Taylor
Rust. Aria Daivari.
Maybe.
Also that show shirt is $30.
Just do it.
It's so sick.
One might say it's show sick.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, it makes so much sense that Jonathan Gresham's doing this. The pure division was sort of him, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm hoping that this gets all the love it needs to prosper.
Absolutely. Having kind of promotions dedicated to certain things is very beneficial to the industry, as we see with like GCW being dedicated to hardcore matches. It adds a lot of variety to the industry.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
I do love the idea that Jonathan Gresham was like, I'm not joining another company, I'm making my own.
which kind of makes me think that we won't see him in other promotions.
Probably not. That's fine. I mean,
might make appearances.
I think as long as he's happy with what he's doing. I mean, that's the most you can ask for everybody that was in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Okay. I got the matches and promos sign up. Mark is currently purchasing a thing, I believe. That's why he's quiet and doing absolutely nothing.
I'm buying that show t-shirt. It's just so cool. I don't like show very much. Show's cool looking, but the shirt is...
Show's the exact same deal as Evil. Show's cool looking, and show's just not fun to watch anymore. And it's not because of, like, his wrestling or anything. It's just because of, like, it's Dick Togo. It's Dick Togo. That's it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now that that's done. So we started off. Biggie comes out. He says, a lot of people have their eyes on me. I have plenty to give with Thanksgiving upon us. Roman, it was supposed to be brand versus brand, but you took it to a place we could never come back from. You put your hands on my family. I gotta beat your ass like you stole something. Now I gotta make sure there are empty beds in Brooklyn hospitals for you. I gotta take a piece of you. You will never get back. That is Sunday, and this is Monday. Kevin Owens, bring your lying carcass out here so we can handle our business.
He called him treacherous as well. Please don't forget that.
My mistake. So Kevin Owens comes out. He says, there's nothing more I would love than to get in that ring and beat the hell out of you again. There's something I gotta get off my chest. You cost me my match against Seth Rollins. That's my 3rd straight loss since coming to Raw. That's not including you questioning my integrity. I snapped. How could I not? I was never lying. If you say it, that must be true. You've got everyone judging me. Everyone judging me can go to hell, including you. Because of you, the perception of me is I'm a scumbag. I will be the bad guy everybody wants me to be. I promise you, I'm going to be worse. I'm about to break bad on every single superstar and every person in every arena. You deserve it. Everything that happens from here on out is your fault. He leaves. Biggie starts following him. The Usos come out and attack Biggie. They say, Biggie, I know you can't hear me. Roman Reigns says his regards. He'll see you Sunday. And RK Bro, they can get this word too. We run Friday night. Riddle runs in and attacks the Usos. Sonya Deville comes out and says, everybody get back in the ring. We're having a tag team match right now. Seth Rollins comes out and he's just laughing. He's, is strutting his way in there. And he's just there to watch. Then we get Biggie versus Riddle versus the Usos. Or Biggie and Riddle versus the Usos.
Whatever. Biggie gets in versus Jimmy. Jimmy's basically a doormat. When Riddle gets in against Jay, and also Jimmy, because Jimmy hasn't left the ring, they level him. Big E gets back in eventually. It's the Usos' playground at that point. But Big E launches both brothers with belly-to-belly suplexes, and then Rollins, he sends one of the Usos into Rollins, and Rollins gets pissed off. Big E clocks him, and then Rollins jumps into the ring after he's recovered. DQ match.
Yeah. And then, in true WWE fashion, we then run it back with a 6-man tag. Riddle, Randy Orton, and Big E versus the Usos and Seth Rollins.
Yep. We start with Rollins versus Riddle. Rollins gets kind of kicked in the jaw and then kind of holds on to his jaw a bit, too long. Stands there like this for a couple seconds, tags out, walks to the middle of where the ropes are, and just kind of stands there for a little bit longer, just feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Before slowly getting himself out of the ring. And I was like, uh-oh. Hope everything's okay. When Biggie gets in, he kind of takes hold of the match. He hits belly to bellies to to the Usos. He hits a big splash. He almost goes for the cover. He doesn't. He wants the big ending. He doesn't get it. I believe it was Jimmy connects with an enziguri. We get a big splash on the apron, though. We go to commercial break, and when we come back, Riddle's in. It's basically anybody's match for this whole time. And then finally, Seth, out of nowhere, really rolls up Riddle, stacks him up real high, doesn't cheat. It's a clean win. It looked like he was kind of grabbing for shorts, but doesn't.
Yep. Then we get an interview with Bianca. She says that Doudrop thinks she should be on the Survivor Series team instead of her, or instead of me. It is what it is. Doudrop is the one who keeps sticking her nose in my business. Tamina then walks out. She says, tonight, you're my business. Bianca says, I was hoping for Doudrop, but you'll do. We get Kevin Owens an interview backstage. He says, I told everybody I'll be the bad guy they want me to be. I am a man of my word. Bauer then walks in. He says, I'm sorry I wasn't there last week when you needed people to vouch for you. I would have told you to your face I don't trust you one bit. It was supposed to be me and Seth, but now it's me and you. Kevin says, tonight? That's too bad for you. And that's no lie. And then we get Bianca Belair versus Tamina.
Yeah, it's not much of a match. Bianca kind of starts the match off. She's got her feet up on the second rope, pounding into Tamina's head. In the corner, there's a lariat across the chest to Bianca. And a drop kick to Tamina kind of gets Bianca back up, moving a little bit. She hits Tamina with a spine buster, too. Tamina then goes up top, only to be brought down by Bianca. Bianca then moonsaults into Tamina's knees. And then Bianca gets the vertical suplex on Tamina. And sometimes I just remember when, she and Natty won the tag titles at WrestleMania.
Mm.
How far separated we are from those days.
Yeah. Also, real quick, there is a GoFundMe to support Chris Dickinson after his injury at Battle in the Valley. So if you can, support Chris Dickinson as much as you can. He's an insane talent. And they've already raised $5,000 out of his $20,000 goal.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. So hopefully he gets the support that he needs. All right. After that, Becky Lynch comes out. She says, Charlotte acts like she doesn't know who I am. I'm the person who used to be your best friend, the person who rode everywhere with you, the person who was there with a shoulder to cry on. I'm also the person who realized a friendship with Charlotte comes with conditions. I'm the person who said to hell with your friendship. I'm the person who had to be more than a one-note ripoff of someone else. I'm the person whose success has made you the most miserable human being. I'm the person you're going to go face-to-face with at Survivor Series. This is not about brand supremacy. This is about personal legacy. I'm going to be the person who beats the ever-living piss out of you. Uh-oh. And then Liv Morgan comes out. She says, I'm sorry for interrupting this weird little love-hate obsession thing you and Charlotte always have. Last week, you just walked away from me. I can't let you do that again. Especially not after I finally won the opportunity I've been waiting for. A chance to take that Raw Women's Championship off of the person I once admired the most. Becky says, I only gave you a moment after your victory. I didn't mean to get your hopes up. I didn't know you would underperform so badly. Some people have it, some people don't. Look at me. I left for a year and a half and won this bad boy. All that time, what have you done? The point was I told you to get this title while I was gone, because now you're not getting your hands on it. Liv says, I think we all can agree that Big Time Bex is really just a big time bitch. And then the brawl.
Damn.
Yeah. It's their one bitch per episode. Brawl breaks out. And that's that. We then get arcade.
I liked Liv's sort of Britney Spears-esque costume.
Yeah.
I thought that was really pretty. And she looked hot as hell.
You mean her gear today? Or did she have a
Oh, she walked out in.
Oh, okay. The red kind of outfit.
I don't know why I used the word costume.
I was like, did she like our Halloween costume?
Yeah, words aren't my specialty tonight.
Alright, so we then get an RK Bro promo. Randy says, how many times do we have to talk about you playing hero? The last 2 weeks, you go to that ring, you help out the Street Profits, and what happened? Riddle says, Almas flattened me. Randy said, it was your fault for interjecting. Tonight, Biggie makes a mess. You interject yourself. Biggie is champ. He doesn't need your help. Riddle says, I just wish we could put our heads together like osmosis. I thought it was a good strategy to help him. Randy says, it doesn't make sense to anybody. Nobody understands. The only thing that matters to me is these titles and this team. Riddle says, so you do care about me. Randy just walks off screaming. The Prophets then walk in. Dawkins says, he still doesn't like us, does he? Riddle says, Randy has a funny way of showing he likes you. I gotta start acting more like Randy. Dawkins and says, the only time to do that is when the bell rings. Why? You covered your camera for a second.
It was kind of musty.
And then when Riddle says, I gotta start acting more like Randy, that betrayal's happening very soon. Very soon.
I don't know about very soon, but I feel like soon enough.
He's gonna start putting on the Vipers trademarks. You know? He's already been training in the ways of Randy, but now he's trying to be more like Randy. Which means betrayal.
Is that part of the Randy system?
It is. Because he's betrayed so many people. I mean, look at fucking Edge and Ric Flair. And Bray Wyatt, too. So then, next up, we have the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy.
Yeah, this was a decent enough match. Dawkins starts against Chad Gable, and he just kind of takes the piss out of Chad. He suplexes him a few times. Montez gets in, hits him with a drop kick. Even after Chad like gets a leg up in the match, Montez still hits him again with another drop kick and takes over the match up until Otis gets in. Gable moonsaults onto absolutely no one. He tags back in eventually. Sorry, I meant to segue. But when Gable eventually tags back in, kind of under the assumption that things will be fine this time, he moonsaults onto absolutely no one. Totally commits to it though, so that was cool. But it doesn't matter because he gets Otis back in. Montez jumps into Otis's arms with the intention of a crossbody and gets just dumped into the ground. Otis, however, is sent into the barricade after running after Dawkins. Gable gets back in, and I think Otis was going to help with a team offense, but Dawkins grabbed his leg. So Otis ran after him. Dawkins dodged him. He went into the barricade. Chad goes up top. Montez went up top. Chad hit him down, but Montez ended up rolling through.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we lost you. Uh-oh. Liz is frozen. She'll be back in a second to hopefully finish explaining the match. We'll see, though. We'll see. How's everyone doing tonight? If you watched Raw, did y'all enjoy it? Hope you enjoyed it more than us. Any second now, she'll reconnect. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh no. Well. So I'm here to entertain you in this meantime. While Liz takes a very long time to connect. You know, let me take this time to... Oh, never mind. Liz is back. There we go.
I switched Wi-Fi's and then I sat here for a little while and then I was like, fine, fuck it, I'll just leave the call.
Well, as you were saying with the match. I don't remember where you left off.
Did you not? I mean, I finished the match.
Not where you left off.
Where did I leave off?
I don't know. It's something with Otis. Something with Otis.
Oh, good. Only half my notes contain that. So, did Montez jump into Otis's arms at any point when I was talking?
I think so.
Helps if Mark would listen when I talk.
I do. You just mention a lot with these recaps.
I don't know where to start. So, anyways, Gable moonsaults onto no one. He gets Otis back in. Montez jumps into Otis's arms. Gets jumped on the ground. Otis gets sent into the barricade after running after Dawkins, who interferes with the match a little bit. And then Chad goes up top. Montez goes up top. Chad smacks him down, but when Chad frog splashes onto Montez, Montez rolls through to get the win. There you
go. Okay. Also, New Japan released a statement. Not really a statement, but a tweet saying that all the way through next year, we will have dream matches, dream cards, and dream events to bring everyone the power of pro wrestling and bring us to a post-COVID world. And they then linked the Super Junior event with that. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Alright, so then after that we had Adam Pearce with Rey Mysterio. Rey said, "That's my son," and you just threw him in there with Lashley. We had an agreement he would be in the match. Are you a man of your word or not? Pearce says, "You're a legend, but I advise you to stay in your lane. I'm the man putting you in a match tonight against Bobby Lashley." We then get another vignette for Veer. It says coming to Raw. Again. And then we get Nikki Ash versus Queen Zelena.
Yeah, and if you were complaining that I had too many notes before, guess what?
Nobody was complaining about you having too many notes.
You got a crossbody to Zelena, and then Nikki like rolls through the ropes. She tries to pin multiple times early, but does not get the pin at all. And eventually, after some back and forth, Zelena gets a code red to win.
Yes. And then we get immediately after that, Rhea Ripley versus Carmella.
Which this is so stupid because, like, first of all, I was already in a bad mood watching this because during the Zelena-Nikki match, we have Corey saying nobody's watching the match because Carmella was standing ringside. And he said, we're all looking at her. And I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Dear Lord. Give me the strength. But then, after that match, you know, Zelina's saying nasty shit. And Carmella's joining in. And Rhea kind of confronts Carmella in the ring. And I was like, Denalo is ringside, like, ladies, don't. It's like, just fucking ring the bell. Like, they have a match.
Mm-hmm.
Just ring the bell. Let's get it started. Anyways, they don't ring the bell. We go to commercial break. They ring the bell during commercial break because we come back and the match has started. Rhea gets Carmella up into a vertical suplex. Ragdolls her around for a little bit. Carmella at some point gets Rhea onto her ass and kind of begins choking her out. We get a drop kick to Carmella. Rhea gets reignited off that, hits the Northern Lights suplex. And then a super kick to the cheek of Rhea is nearly enough to subdue her, but Rhea ends up hitting Carmella with a headbutt and a riptide to win.
Yes. We then, after that, get Adam Pearce and Big E. Pearce says to Big E, Raw needs you. You have to stay focused. Big E says, don't worry about my focus. He then lists everything going on right now. Pearce says, there's a ton of chaos, but you gotta be above that. I'm not gonna find you anywhere near Finn and Kevin Owens, because I got 2 words for you. Brock Lesnar. Which is weird. Is he implying a fine and suspension like Brock? Or is he gonna sick Brock on him like some rabid dog?
Yeah, that was the part that like confused me when he said it, because I was like, is Brock just like Adam Pearce's little puppet?
At this point, definitely not.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, like Brock's like being kept in like a cage in the basement in the Raw Underground set, and Pierce is like, I'll unlock it. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
We then get an interview with Seth Rollins. He says, I'm not going to be a part of Team Raw. I'm going to lead Team Raw. Leading is what I was born to do. Like when I led the Usos to victory today after Survivor Series, I'm going to turn my attention to Big E. I'm going to take the WWE Championship. I'm going to lead the show, my show, to the mountaintop. I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth freaking Rollins. And then we get Finn Bauer versus Kevin Owens.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. This was a match. This was a pretty damn good match, in my humblest of opinions. So some big. Actually, this was really funny. We really kick things off with a nice clubbing blow to the back of Finn, which was very funny because of the framing of it. It was Kevin, and then like we had Finn sort of like down here. Kevin just fucking wallops him. Finn just drops out of frame. And I thought it was really funny. Mm-hmm. We get to see Kevin hit something that I totally knew the name of. The Sidewinder back suplex, which was fucking weird, and it was funny because nobody on commentary knew what to make of it.
Yeah, I think Jimmy called it a suplex. I think just a
I
suplex.
think Jimmy said something. He said some sort of back suplex.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. Thanks, Sean Ross out. Um. Finn ultimately gets a boot to the jaw of Kevin, sending him from the ring. He dives out onto him. Um. We see a superplex to Finn. Finn gets himself a little bit of time with a dragon sleeper right into a sharp elbow. Balor gets the sling blade. He wants the drop kick, but Kevin gets his foot up for the super kick. Finn gets into position for the coup de grace eventually. Kevin Owens avoids it. Finn lands on his toes. It always makes me worry. Like, his little ankles. What does he do with them? He must work them out so much. Like, I'm not sure. But he stresses me out whenever he, like, fucking, like, does not hit the coup de grace. Or even when he does hit the coup de grace. I'm like, yeah, so Finn lands on his toes, gets powerbombed. Kevin then goes up top to cannonball, but Finn gets his knees up. There is a drop kick off of that into another attempt at a coup de grace. But Kevin Owens shakes the ropes. Ultimately, Kevin gets a stunner to win the match. Poor Finn. Poor Finn.
Yep, he cannot get a win at all. Next up, we have AJ and Omas in an interview. AJ says the Dirty Dogs aren't in the same food chain. The world would be a better place if the Usos would get rid of the New Day and get off our show. Then the Street Profits always want our smoke. What does that even mean? What does he suggest getting? AJ?
Oh
A
God.
smoke bomb kind of thing.
Oh no. He suggests a Duraflame fire log.
Yeah. Get a Duraflame, you get a lot of smoke from that. The Avengers had a Hulk, well, I have an Omas. They stole a win from us last week. Omas says, tonight, I will make them suffer. AJ says, you watch Godzilla, right? I told you that was a great monster movie. We then get a promo with the Dirty Dogs, and Dolph says, we watched a classic classic movie that reminds us of you folks. Omas, you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger. AJ, you're like Danny DeVito. Twins. Didn't think I'd ever hear a twins reference in fucking WWE. But after that, we got AJ Styles and Omos versus the Dirty Dogs.
Yes. AJ tags Omos in immediately, and Rude looks very uncomfortable. Omos drops Rude on the top buckle. Dolph is in, gets roughed up a little bit, and then AJ, after Dolph gets slammed to the ground by Omos, AJ tags in, hits the phenomenal forearms, and wins for his team.
Yeah. A squash match for AJ and Omos, which is great because it puts them back on top, back where they're supposed to be. They're asserting their dominance once again. We then got an interview with Bobby Lashley. He says Dominic shouldn't have been on Team Raw in the first place. After I'm done with him, Ray can lick his wounds and come to Survivor Series. If anyone has any problem with that, they can come see me. They know where to find me. And then we get Rey Mysterio versus Bobby Lashley.
Yes, we do. And this was a messy fucking match, wasn't it? So one of our first notes of the match, if you will, Dominic distracts Bobby. This gives Ray an opportunity to push Bobby from the ring, and I was like, Dominic, you're really fucking skating on thin ice here because they're not supposed to be doing shit right now. But Ray pushes Bobby from the ring. He penguin slides out, and sort of kind of onto Bobby's shoulders to some degree. Eventually, Bobby does get Rey up on his shoulders, but a Hurricane Rana sends Lashley shoulder first into the ring post. Rey gets back in the ring. Bobby goes to climb in. Rey hits a messed up 619. Rey ends up trying to crossbody Lashley. Lashley just catches him, tosses him into the barricade. Bobby eventually starts revving up for his iconic spear.
Mm-hmm.
Gets the spear, gets the vertical suplex. One arms the vertical suplex for a couple seconds.
Points at Dominic.
That was fucked up. In the best possible way, but fucked up all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rey gets a connecting 619. It's a splash onto Bobby, who does the most fucked up shit once again, which is waits for the 2 count before sitting up with Rey in his fucking arms, rolling over with him. This fucking... It was like an Undertaker move. Like, just the way that he sat up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck. Bobby ends up getting the hurt lock on him and defeats him. Dominic's just standing there like he doesn't want anything to do with it. Like, oh.
He already fought Bobby once. He's not going to do it again. I caught none of that. Had none of that audio.
Oh. That means that this is going to be the worst audio for the podcast. Like, actual audio stream. Fantastic.
And that's the only bit that's been cutting out.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I can hear it.
We'll see.
I hear what goes into the podcast.
We'll see.
Okay. So what did you say?
Oh, I don't remember now. I think I said that it's fair that he doesn't want to fight Bobby anymore.
And then after the match, Adam Pearce comes out. And he says, Rey, after that, it's for your own good that I remove you from the Survivor Series team. And the 5th member will be announced at a later point. And then Austin Theory runs in and beats the shit out of Rey and Dom. And takes a selfie. Pierce comes back out and he says, Austin Theory, I like your style. You're on Team Raw. This is such bullshit. This fucking sucks. This is a joke. Oh. But anyway, that was the end of Raw.
Yeah.
Not for good, though. Alright.
Fortunately.
You want to talk about the best of the night?
Yeah, I'll talk about a best of the night.
Alright, so let's start with promo of the night. There is a lot to choose from with this. Biggie's promo with KO was really good. But then Becky's promo with Liv was also great. I did enjoy RK Bros promo. AJ and Omas was funny. But if I had to pick, you know what, I'll give you 2 choices.
Okay.
Biggie's and Becky's. I'm leaning more towards Biggie. Just because his, like, went somewhere.
Okay. I'll go with Biggie. I didn't really have a strong opinion one way or the other, so.
We needed, what we needed before this fucking Survivor Series was a face-to-face with Roman and Biggie. Maybe we'll get that on Friday, but we don't have it before Survivor Series. It is a waste.
True.
Alright, let's talk about Wrestler of the Night now. Out of all the wrestlers today that wrestled today, let's see. What choices could I give you? Two. I'll give you two choices. But before I give you those choices, if you have a question for our question segment, leave it in the chat right now, so it's there when we move on after the bests of the night. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment and we'll get to it in the next episode. And if you're listening in the audio realm, join us at our live show, twitch.tv/pinfall podcast, to chat with us live. All right, so two choices: Kevin Owens and Montez Ford. I know.
I think I gotta go with Kevin.
I agree.
Kevin commits so hard to failures that it's like incredible to me.
Miriam said maybe Biggie will confront Roman on Jimmy Fallon this week.
Imagine!
I feel like they would.
Roman's just sitting there and Biggie just comes bustling through.
Do you think Roman's gonna wear the crown on Fallon?
God, he better. I feel like he's going to go as like Joe and like with like a suit and stuff, and I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Yeah, he's got to be in kayfabe. He has to. All right. Finally, let's do match of the night. As always, we go from the worst to the best match from tonight. Starting off with number 2. Or starting off with a 2 out of 10. Riddle and Biggie versus the Usos. This match was dog shit. It like wasn't even very good, and then had a terrible ending. It just predictably led to a 6-man tag. It was terrible. Next up, with a 3 out of 10, Nikki Ash versus Queen Zelena. This is a bad match. This was pretty bad. And they had their one of their tag team champs get pinned clean.
Yeah. It was a choice, huh?
And then Nikki, it seemed like she was distracted by Carmella just standing there. Like, Carmella didn't do anything. Nikki just got distracted by nothing. Alright, next up with a 4 out of 10, AJ and Omas versus the Dirty Dogs.
Can I just say, they better be gearing up to do something with Nikki's character sooner or later, because like literally all they've been doing is like stepping on her.
Get rid of it. Get rid of her character.
She'll become a super villain.
You should go back to being Sanity. Bring back Sanity Nikki to mesh well with Rhea.
It's just the thing is just like the whole time that she had the title, the whole thing was like, you don't deserve it because you're not talented enough, you're not good enough. And she lost the title. And then she got the tag titles. Yeah, but like, and they deleted the tag scene. Then she was excluded from the 5-women tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Today she was made fun of for that. She just stands there like a hurt puppy dog. She's literally their new Lana. That's what she is.
Yeah.
She just stands there like, oh. Then comes through with a promo the following week that's like, I believe in myself. And it's like,
no, you don't.
Stop believing in yourself for 5 minutes.
Alright, next up, 4 out of 10, Riddle, Biggie, and Randy versus Seth and the Usos. It was a fine match. It wasn't very long, wasn't very in-depth, wasn't very exciting. It did what it had to do. Alright, next up, 5 out of 10, Rhea Ripley versus Carmella. Watching Rhea wrestle at any point is good enough. Yeah. And this was a decent enough match, especially after the last one we got, which was bad.
Yeah.
The one we got right before this.
Yeah.
Next up, 5 out of 10, Bianca Belair versus Tamina. This is decent. Bianca wrestling's fun.
Alright, then I thought you'd rank it.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the KOD on Tamina was cool. Next up is a 7 out of 10. Oh, 7 out of 10. Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. I thought this was a lot of fun. It's a very fun match. Tez was giving us some great moments. Like when he was trying to take on Otis, he just kept going for the lariats. None of them were working, and then just started like lightly slapping him. Pulled on his straps of his one piece.
Yeah.
Tez, he's unlike anybody else.
Really is.
And the wrestling in this match was just great fun. Yeah. That's all you can really hope. Next up, 7 out of 10. Rey Mysterio versus Bobby Lashley. This was a very fun match, in my opinion. But it was a squash. It was a squash. At the end of the day, Rey put in a lot of great work, but this never felt like Rey was gonna win it.
Yeah.
It's always felt dominant on Bobby's part. Next up, finally, match of the night, in my opinion. A 7 out of 10. Finn Bauer versus Kevin Owens. Great match. Great match.
Yeah.
This was a ton of fun. Ton of fun.
I completely agree.
Not too in depth, not too rich in story, but it was just a lot of fun. These guys are incredible performers. Naturally.
I agree.
All right.
You didn't choose this, I'd be like confused, so.
Yeah. So to run it back, promo of the night, Big E's confronted by KO. Wrestler of the night, Kevin Owens. Match of the night, Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor. It is the KO show.
Once again.
Alright, you want to answer a question?
I'll answer a question.
Alright, so Miriam asked, what has been your favorite Survivor Series match of the past? Either your favorite 5 on 5 team, or another match that has taken place at Survivor Series. Ooh,
I think the NXT TakeOver 5-on-5 men's.
that was fun. The women's with Shayna was also a lot of fun.
True. Yeah. The men's match was so good.
I have to look back. Hold on. Survive Series full match. Because there was one great Survivor Series match that I am trying to remember.
Was it NXT Invasion? Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't TakeOver. Still would have worked.
I mean, that was a fantastic match. I'm trying to find one specifically that was from Survivor Series that I loved. An old one. Old one. But I don't know where to find. I know where to find it on YouTube. But was it?
Will we ever know?
No, not Randy Orton versus Shawn Michaels. Big Show versus Sheamus. No. Let's see.
Would it be in your watch history?
I watched this a while ago.
I believe in you.
Trying to search the WWE YouTube channel now. I mean, All of the 5-on-5s are a lot of fun. Unless it's the women's one from last year. That was dog shit.
I think also, last year's men's 5-on-5, when Seth refused to look at Riddle, was a close runner-up, honestly.
That was a great match. Ooh, the AJ Styles versus Shinsuke versus Roddy match from 2 years ago. That was great. Oh, the Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio, where Dominic got involved.
Oh, yeah.
No, okay. I found it. Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that is my favorite Survivor Series match. That was incredible. That was fucking amazing. Purely because of how great of a performer Daniel Bryan is. Bryan Danielson now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like the 5-on-5s.
Mm-hmm.
And the NXT Invasion one was just so much more fun because it was like, look at these other guys. And I was like, oh, other guys. Nice.
Yeah, it's a very structured show that's like, you don't need story for it. And that's what's perfect about it.
Yeah. And somehow they've managed to really just stomp it into the ground this year. I am really excited for the Damian Priest Shinsuke match. I think that's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I mean, Damian Priest said how much of an honor this match is to him.
Yeah, I mean, pay-per-view Damian's always really fucking awesome. Shinsuke, when he's allowed to be, is awesome. So, I'm excited for that. Not excited for much else, but I'm excited for that.
Biggie and Roman's going to be amazing.
That's going to be an interesting one. I just feel like we've seen a lot of things tangential to that now, and it's like I've seen Biggie versus Roman.
Have you?
Yeah, didn't Biggie fight Roman Usos? Am I crazy on that one?
Not, I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure no, I don't know. I have no idea. I know the New Day has fought the Usos.
Let's see.
Biggie
cage match. Let's look at matches. I feel like
not recently.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm imagining things. No. On September 9th, September 20th, right, they do the dates weird. The Bloodline defeated the New Day.
Was that on TV?
Yes.
Really?
I believe so. Yeah, because it says WWE Monday Night Raw.
But was it a dark match?
It says TV show. It doesn't. Would it say dark match?
Yeah, if you go into the episode, it would say if it's a dark match or not.
Okay, let's see. I don't think it is because I'm not a mad. Like if I'm remembering it, the dark match was Keith Lee versus question mark.
Well, go to the end of the show because there's one dark match they always said at the end of the show.
I'm literally looking at the card.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we started with the 6-man tag match.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That was, oh wow, that was you said that was September? Yeah, September 20th.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, yeah, because then, well, there was a triple threat, Roman versus Biggie versus Bobby.
Yeah. We've seen Biggie versus Roman. That's the only reason why I'm not that like
Not in a singles match.
wrestler versus a wrestler is a wrestler versus a wrestler. Unless like there's a stipulation. Who knows? Maybe we'll get an Extreme Rules stipulation that's then taken away 5 minutes later.
Yeah, maybe. But RK Bro versus the Usos will be a lot of fun.
I think that will be fun, yeah. That'll be interesting.
Alright.
We will do Pepita Predicts eventually.
I can't even think about that right now. I've got such a loaded week. Too much. Alright, well, that's all the questions we have. Liz, would you like to close out the show?
Sure.
Before you do that, actually.
I don't.
A new episode of the Universal Pokemon Federation is coming out this Thursday. You won't want to miss it. It's a never-before-seen battle featuring Rob versus the Sonic Wizard in a roll-the-dice battle. If you enjoy Pokemon, you enjoy competition, you enjoy esports, you enjoy kind of a wrestling format done in a unique way, check out the Universal Pokemon Federation. Like I said, Rob versus Sonic Wizard. Roll the dice battle. Completely randomized teams will be a lot of fun. And that premieres 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at at upfworld.com. All right. Take over, Liz.
Okay. If you tuned in tonight, thank you so much. And if you tuned in the future, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Please tune in tomorrow when we talk about NXT. Will it be the last time we talk about NXT? Maybe. I don't know. We did say that after Survivor Series we would stop talking about NXT, but that's just...
I didn't think Survivor Series was so close.
Fair. But still, maybe it'll be the last time because maybe I'll just lose my shit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So if you want to, tune in for that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
And Twitch, stick around. We're gonna raid somebody. We're gonna raid Brandon Cutler. But our YouTube is the Pinfall Podcast. Join us at the live show, twitch.tv/the Pinfall Podcast. Our audio only show is on Spotify. Just search the Pinfall Podcast. We're one of the first ones that shows up. Our Twitter is at Pinfall Podcast. I'm at the Mark Cameron. Liz is at Elaine23. And we'll see you tomorrow for NXT. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you then. And hang tight while we raid Brandon Cutler.